Don't no one care, Allison. Allison, no one cares that you trying to cover your ass because you was bouncing on crispy chicks pogo stick. Okay? Hello and thank you for tuning in to Embracing My Melanin. It's your girl Rochelle, and in today's video, yes, as you saw by the title, listen, them daggone dragons, listen, episode 2, Rhaenyra the Cruel. Ooh, it was a whole lot. But let's talk about it, shall we? Let's talk about it, okay? Like, I'm gonna just go in on some key points, but I'm gonna throw in just some little tidbits, and they're gonna be small tidbits because I still don't understand them, okay? For example, small tidbit. Alan and Adam, you know, the two brothers that know Lord Corlys, whatever. Are those Corlys's bastards? Are those Corlys's side kids? Just wondering, just wondering. Okay, we're gonna see how they lean into it and how they come to, but whatever. Okay, side piece number 2. Don't no one care, Allison. Allison, no one cares that you trying to cover your ass because you was bouncing on crispy chicks pogo stick. Okay? We know what you was doing. You was bouncing on that man thing. Okay? Was it worth it? Was it worth it for him to be off his duty? He was supposed to be protecting Helena and them babies. But no, you ain't. No, you ain't think about that. He became your protector, but ain't nobody thought the dog won't give this girl some extra protection. She the queen now. She been the queen for 3 days. But you want to cover your butt. Oh, Helena, about what you saw. That girl didn't want to hear it. Then you want to go to Sir Crispin Chicks and ask him, oh, did you tell anyone? He was like, you take me for a fool? Then you go to your daddy and be like, I have sinned. I have sinned. He was like, I don't want to hear it. No one cares. You're covering your butt because you're guilty. But that ain't stop you from getting back and jumping back with pogo stick Crispy. On his pogo stick. You're tired. You're tired, Allison. Also, another side bit, because I don't know where they're going with this particular person. I think his name is Sir Hugh. He's a blacksmith making the scorpions to help shoot the dragons out the sky when wartime come. I don't know where exactly they're going with his side story. They showed him and his wife and their sick daughter. They also showed him in the first season asking Aegon for some relief because, like, you know, him and the other blacksmiths, they're kind of strapped and it takes money to make these things, and they need the money and, you know, to help them with their families or whatever. I think Aegon said that he was going to send them some money or whatever. But we found out in this episode that, like the wife said, she was like, what, did he say when he was going to send it on? Did he give you did he give you a time when he was going to give you that money? Of course he didn't. Of course he didn't, but we're going to see where they're going with Sir Hugh and everything, because as of right now, I don't see the point of him just yet. I can speculate, but not yet. Another small little side note. Why in the hell Blood get caught and he starts singing in high soprano that it was Daemon Targaryen? Like, Daemon, you ain't vet these people? You didn't vet these people for them to know that they ain't supposed to squeal. They ain't supposed to snitch. He snitched so quick. He ain't even be like, I die before you get it out of me. He was like, Daemon Targaryen hired me. He said he was going to give me the money, half of the money up front, and then half the money when we delivered that little boy head. And it was like, you ain't even tried to. You weakest, and you've been watching over the people in the city. No wonder you don't want to betray your job and everything. Like, child. Ooh, that happened so quick. That happened so quick. It was crazy. Small little side note. Aiming in the whole house. Why he in fetal position on this madam and saying, oh, they used to make fun of me and yada yada. Now I will say this, he did openly admit, because I was waiting for it. I was waiting for it in episode 1. But he gave it to us in episode 2. He did say that he regret that business with Luke. And he was like, I lost my temper. I didn't mean for it to go that far. But I lost my temper. And the madam was like, well, you know what? That's what usually happens when royals lose their temper. I can lose my temper, ain't crap gonna happen, but you lose your temper, boo, and it is what it is. But sorry, he was like, well, they used to make fun of me. Boo-hoo. Let's go ahead and go on to it. I'm not gonna go. I'm gonna try to go in order this time. Like last time, I didn't go in order. This time, I'm gonna go in order because of the fact there was just so much. There was just so much. Okay, so we're coming back in this episode from basically, you know, the baby just got his head. Jesus. Okay, the baby done got his head cut off or whatever, and now we enter in with Aegon just raging. That boy is upset. He is upset, and he's like, you know what? I'll kill them all. These traitors, these villains. How could they do this? They took my baby from me. They took my baby boy head. He's my legacy. All that jazz, right? Okay, then we go on over to Otto. Otto and Allison. And Otto, when I talk about a politician, god darn, that man using every opportunity for it to be like, we got to use this as our advantage. That was my grandson, his great grandson, and he was like, however, like, you know, what can we do now? What can we do? And Allison, oh, his suffering has ended. The baby, like, what suffering did this baby have? It was a baby. Just a day before, he was in the council meeting, dog, wanting irritating the hell out of the Lannister guy. He was just irritating the hell out of the Lannister guy. What suffering did this baby have? And then she's like, oh, the gods are punishing me. And he was like, and Otto, why they punishing you, girl? Why would the gods punish you? For bouncing on that pogo stick. But I digress. Anyway, so we go to now they're in the council meeting talking about, you know, how do we know who did this? We know who did this. And everyone is like, really, like, dude, like, oh, we just gonna put it on Rhaenyra, but we don't know who did it yet. We just gonna put it on Rhaenyra. Okay, let's go. Let's put it on Ray Ray. But they're like, but even Allison is like, hold on, wait 1 second. She wouldn't do this. She wouldn't do this. Otto, like, I'm pretty sure she didn't do this. However, we're going to say she did this. And we're going to parade this little boy through the streets in the funeral. Yes. Not the funeral, the funeral. And we're going to have the queen and the dowager queen behind the baby through this procession through the town before we give this baby his burial or his burning off. Because he is a Targaryen, he gets burnt at the stake or something. I don't, child. They done burn the baby up, right? Because he's a Targaryen, they get burnt, okay? But child. And then, of course, Aegon's like, hell no, we ain't doing that. We ain't doing that. You ain't gonna protect, you're not gonna parade my baby's body through the streets like that. No. He's totally against the spectacle of the fact that his child has died and now we're going to use this as political gain. Aegon is smart in that era. And mind you, like I told you, I don't like these greens. I don't like the greens, but sometimes they be making some sense. Sometimes they be making some sense. Sometimes, right? So Aegon is like against it, and now like, but Allison, he was like, Mom, like, what you think I should do, alley cat? Because I heard you a cat. You know she an alley cat, right? Y'all know good well damn she's an alley cat, but I digress. Anyway, so she's like, you know what? We got to do what we got to do, boo. We got to do this, and it's probably for the best. Fine. So we go on over to Helena, and she's just like in a daze because how many women can actually sit up here and say that they saw their child murdered? This poor thing is suffering. This poor baby is suffering, right? So Alley Cat come on in there and tell her like, hey, just want to let you know, like, there's to be a funeral and we're supposed to follow in the procession of like, Jaharis. And she was like, I don't want to do that. Like Helena, like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. And she was like, well, Alley Cat, we gotta when people when tragedy happens, like, people want to draw close to us. And she was like, I don't know those people. I don't know these people for them to draw close to me. I've only been queen for 72 hours. These people don't know me. I don't know them. Forget these people. And then Alley Cat trying to cover her butt. Doggone yet again, she trying to cover her butt with Helena. Helena, what you saw last night? Helena just shoved that doggone jacket in her mama's eyes. This for my baby. This for my son. This is for my boy. Put that on him. Let him be burnt to the crisp. That's evil. I'm sorry. Let him go ahead and be fired up in this, right? And that's just that. Basically, Helena's like, I don't give a damn. I done seen worse crap than this than you bouncing on the pogo stick. Go on somewhere, girl. All right, so let's go to the funeral. Helena is having a straight panic attack because all these people around her calling her name while her child is laying up on this doggone wagon looking like he about to fall off. His poor body just a rocking. I'm like, ooh, Helena girl, hold on, boo. But is it me? Y'all, come closer. Is it me? Helena only been queen for all of a week, maybe. How all these people up here crying out to Queen Helena, oh, Queen Helena, oh. I'm like, hold on, wait 1 second. Y'all act like this child done build an orphanage in some of her people name and helping y'all out, and she done fed the poor. She only been queen for a week. In fact, what y'all talking about? Why are y'all calling out to her like she has done so much for y'all and y'all just feel her pain? Now, I can understand feeling the pain, but why are y'all calling out to her as if y'all know her? What is going? Small other little side note. White worm. Why is she here, Ike? Ike, why is she here? I'm really not getting as to why, or did she really go when she saw green twin Eric, when she saw a green twin walking on up? Was that her main point for her being there and for her to go back and tell Rhaenyra and black twin, not black twin, but team black twin? Was that the reason? Was that the only reason? Did she make her ship? Did she make her voyage to wherever they was going? Don't know. We're gonna assume, we're gonna see. Let's stay tuned because I truly, why is she here, Ike? I don't get it. Okay, so the two major points in this show, when I tell you they gave us good television, they gave us good programming, baby. They gave us good programming. Of course, it was the Rhaenyra and Aemond dialogue going back and forth to fight, and of course, the dialogue with Otto and Aegon and Crispin Chicks. Okay, Ray is at her council meeting with her people, with Damon and Auntie Niecy. And basically, her people is saying like, "You sure you ain't order that? You ain't order that killing of that baby, sis? You sure you ain't do that? Because when people in grief, they be doing some wild things." And she was like, "Why that pain. Why would I order the death of a child? And against Helena, that's a slight against Helena. Of all people, I would do something against her. Like, she's innocent. Her kids are innocent. Why would I do that? That makes no sense. I would never do that. We gotta let these people know I ain't do that. Because, of course, during the funeral, they were saying, Rhaenyra the Cruel, look at what she does to innocents. Look at what she, blah, 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 blah. Whatever. But she was like, who would think that I would do that? And her people are sitting there like, you sure you ain't did it? Child. Then, just the slightest look, Niecy, she catch everything. Niecy looked over at Damon, and Damon they're just sitting there like, well, I tried. Things got out of hand. Not my fault. He's just sitting there smirking, looking. That Damon is a demon. He is brutal. I was like, okay, like, look, Damon, like, boo. You ordered for them to get Aegon, and they got the baby. Did you not tell them to get somebody or not? I don't know what to believe no more. I just don't. Because of the fact that finally Rhaenyra, she looked over at Damon, she clocked him, and she was like, oh, you mother. Ray said, listen here. Why would you do that? You have now cut me off at the knees. Whatever political gain I had, whatever lead I had when sending my babies out here to doggone get help, we ain't got that no more. You made my case even worse. Like, what was you thinking? He's like, I tried. I put your father's crown on the head, but your father, don't get it twisted. We know why your father doggone it made you his heir, because it was a slight to me. He didn't like me. And she was like, oh, so we going back to that? Oh, we going back to that. Oh, so why you here? Do you accept me as your queen or not? Do you accept me as your queen? Forget my hands. I'm in the middle of putting on my nails, these press-ons. Okay. He was like, I put your father's crown on my head, but you know what? Your father was weak, and you falling right behind him. You falling right behind him to be somebody that's weak. And she was like, oh, so here we go. She was like, he sure enough didn't choose you because of your virtue. That's the pot calling the kettle the pot. Did you really just say that? Oh, so low-key you calling me a hoe? Oh, okay. Okay, so why are you here, Ike? Ike, why is you here? What? Child. Let me tell you something right now. It was so much in that scene to where it was like, oh my God, do you accept her as your queen? She was like, do you accept me as your queen? There was so much in that scene. She was like, do you accept me as your queen or not? Are you using this moment so that you could see if you could get back what you lost? Like, my dad, he wasn't weak. He couldn't trust you. That's why he never asked you to be his hand or on his couch. Like, he could not trust you. And I'm seeing that I can't either. Like, I can't trust you. I was like, well, she ain't lying there, because you did just, have a baby beheaded. You just had a baby, a little boy, a child beheaded. Wow. Like, dude, what was you thinking? Then in the end, of course, what Damon always do, he get on his dragon and he leave. He's like, you know what? I'm trying to go to Harrenhal, and I'm trying to win over Harrenhal for you. I'm trying to win over Harrenhal for you. And you up here questioning me. It's like, Damon, she gotta question you because you a wild boy. Like, what you doing? So he gets on Cyrax, and he was like, I'm out. I'm out at 5,000. And he done got some information from the White Worm. Still don't know why she here, Ike. He done got some information from her, and he was like, oh, I'm going to let you go, whatever. And of course, Damon only thinking about Damon. So what Damon do? Damon leave. Okay. All right. Fine. Okay. Let's go on over to, oh, I'm sorry. Another big one. Crispin Chicks. Sir Crispy, you done set that man up and sent him out to kill Rhaenyra. He done sent Green Twin Aryck, Arryck, I think that's how he spelled it, Aryck. He done sent him over there to pose as his twin brother Eric. These names, Jesus. And you done sent him over to kill Rhaenyra? By himself? Around all these soldiers and his brother? And dragons? That made... And he... Because of his guilt. Because of his guilt, Sir Crispin Chicks done sent Aryck on over to kill Rhaenyra because of his own guilt. He questioning the man, what's this on your cloak? Oh, it's some leftover from the funeral from yesterday. Like, I'll clean it up. He was like, clean it up now. He says, as a matter of fact, where was you? He was like, oh, I was in the throne room with the king because he wanted to, entertain his cronies. Oh, so you didn't think to go upstairs and look after stuff? He was like, why would I go upstairs when I'm where I'm supposed to be? I'm supposed to be protecting the king. That's where I was. He was like, well, where was you? Where was you? I was like, ask him the questions, twin. Where have you been? Ask him the question, twin. Twin, you asking the right question. Ask him where he been. Oh, he was munching. He was munching with Alley Cat. And he sat up there and lied to the king saying, oh, I went to bed early. But whose bed? Because it wasn't yours. But I digress. And then come to find out, I found out that's Rhaenyra old room. That's Rhaenyra old room, child. Woo! So Crispin Chick is basically up here challenging Aryck, saying you need to go and kill Rhaenyra in her hall. Your twin brother there, I can't trust you. I mean, because your twin over there with her. How can we trust you? It was like he was doing way too much. Way too much. He set that man up to go and get himself killed. He was like, or it could be a victory. Like, another reason why I don't like Sir Crispin Chicks. He set that man up. Okay. But let's go on over to hating ass Otto. Now, I will say this. I don't like Otto. I don't know if anybody likes Otto. I'm trying to compare Otto to Tywin, the daddy Lannister of Game of Thrones. Okay? They neck and neck on who is the most schemingest out of the bunch, right? Woo, Jesus. So let's talk about it, y'all. Aegon done ordered the deaths of all the rat catchers. He done hung all the rat catchers outside, and they families don't know. So they families rolling up like, oh, is that my brother? Is that my son? Is that my daddy? And everybody's just crying and weeping and wailing, right? So Otto go in, he was like, what the hell did you do? He was like, oh, I killed all the rat catchers. That's what dude said. Dude was like, yeah. I don't know who the rat catcher was, but he was the one that showed me in. Fine. He was like, do you know what you've done? Do you not get what you've done? We had the people's support and making sure that they hated Rhaenyra. But you done went and killed all the rat catchers and hung them right outside the doggone Red Keep. Or wherever the heck they hung them. But they was hung. They was dead. And they got Cheese. They got Mr. Cheese. We saw him. But Otto was like, do you not realize that what little bit of leverage we had, is now thrown out the damn window? You are impetuous. You are a pup. Your daddy was right about you. Your daddy was right about you. He was like, my dad's dead. He was like, yeah, and we all worse for it. We are all worse off for it. We need your daddy's dignity, his hesitancy just to doggone it act on crap. And he was like, I don't want to do. I want revenge. That's what I want. They killed my heir, and that's what I hate about the part that I hate but like about Aegon. Aegon like, listen here. I want my revenge. I want my revenge, and somebody gonna pay for killing my boy. However, what I don't like about Aegon is the fact that he's only thinking about the heir side of it, of his legacy. He's not thinking that this was my child. This was my child. However, after, at the end of the episode, we see Aegon in the room by himself just sobbing. So maybe he is thinking about the fact that he lost his son. I don't know. I really don't know. That was just heartbreaking, truthfully, okay? But at the end of this fight, doggone it, between Sir Otto and Aegon, doggone it, Aegon had the nerve to say Sir Criston Cole has acted. He has already sent Eric to kill Rhaenyra. And Otto like, mother, what you... He was like, Otto was like, see, this is why I don't like y'all. Because y'all stupid. Y'all is really, really, really stupid. Why would you do that? By himself? Is you not thinking? And then Aegon was like, well, you know what? Take off that pen. I was like, what? You wouldn't dare. He was like, I would. So take it off and give it to Christmas chicks. So he takes it off and he was like, okay, you're going to miss me before I miss you, kid. Goes away. So Otto goes to Alicent and says like they're impulsive. And she's still up there trying to defend Sir Crispy. Oh God. She up there still trying to defend Sir Crispin chicks. That what pisses me off, but I digress. And she basically just saying like, oh no, Aegon is still malleable. Like he'll come around. You'll come back. You'll come back. Now, even I didn't believe that one. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't believe that one, right? But Otto was like, listen here, I can't stay here. I gotta go. I can't stay here. It's like, okay. So next up, we have the big fight scene between the twins. Eric and Arik. Oh, when I tell you that was a good fight scene because I couldn't figure out who was who, and I still don't know who ended up falling on the sword. I want to say it was Eric. But I don't know. I think it was Black Twin. But I think they sustained some of the same wounds. It was just a whole lot of Arik Green Twin got up inside there and was sneaking and dodging, and he finally found Rhaenyra, and when he found her, oh, he was going for the gusto, but Black Twin, Team Black Twin, came on in and was like, yo, don't do it, and he ended up killing, I think, possibly could be wrong, I think Team Black Twin ended up killing Green Twin. But then Black Twin said, Queen, my queen, forgive me. And he fell on the sword. And I said, oh, that one just, oh, Lord have mercy. That was a whole lot. And that's how we end. Well, no. And then, of course, like I said, you know, Allison and Crispy ended up going back at it. Whatever. I don't care. I can't wait to see how they get theirs, because y'all ain't staying alive. Y'all ain't staying alive. I want to know how Allison and Crispin Chase got. But that is it. That was episode 2. Y'all, I don't know where we are going or what's going to happen, but I can't wait to see it. Okay? I'll see you guys real soon with episode number 3. 3. Bye, y'all.